This video is about she was his true mate, but his brother claimed her first. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silver glow over the whispering pines, a sacred place for the silver wind pack. Its whispers echoed secrets of the heart, and tonight it hummed with the promise of destiny. Alaric, the alpha, stood among the towering trees, his heart racing. He could almost feel the brush of her presence, the only thing more powerful than the pull of the moon itself. Alaric, his brother, Dorian, called softly, breaking him from his reverie. "Are you ready for tonight's gathering?" Dorian's voice was calm, but his eyes held a storm. "Let the others gather. I have something to do first," Alaric replied, forcing himself to sound indifferent. His heart knew better. Dorian raised a brow, a knowing smile playing on his lips. "Still after her, are you? You know she belongs to me now." The words hung in the air like a spell, a cruel twist in fate. Alara was meant to be Alaric's true mate, but she had chosen Dorian, the golden wolf of the pack, whose charm had captivated their world. "It's not your choice," Alaric shot back, his voice low and fierce. "Love isn't a game, Dorian." His brother's smile faltered, and for a moment hurt flickered in his eyes. "It was never a game, brother, but some destinies are not ours to control, you know that." Alaric turned away, fist clenching. The pain of rejection was a weight on his chest, heavy and suffocating. The bond between mates was a sacred one, and he could feel its pull aching and undeniable. But now it was tainted, woven with betrayal. The pack gathered around the fire, laughter and music fading into the night. Alaric watched as Alara danced, her auburn hair shimmering in the firelight. She moved with a grace that took his breath away, laughter spilling like music from her lips. Dorian stood beside her, his hand resting possessively on her waist. The sight twisted a knife into Alaric's heart. "Are you going to stare all night?" His friend, Kellen, chimed in with a smirk, nudging him. Alaric's gaze never wavered from Alara. "I can't help it. It feels like I am losing a part of myself." "Then fight for her." Kellen's voice dripped with sincerity. "You be the alpha, not a coward. Show her how much you love her." "Love her?" Alaric scoffed bitterly. "What good is love if it leads to heartache?" She made her choice. But deep down, he knew the truth. There was a bond forged in the stars, and it called to him like a siren's song. He could feel it, a thread of connection pulling him closer to Alara, even as Dorian held her close. As the night deepened, the air thickened with magic. The moon reached its zenith, and the wolves began to howl, their voices blending into a haunting symphony. Alaric felt the call of the wild, the urge to transform and run free coursing through him. Yet he remained still, trapped in a web of emotions. "Don't let her go, Alaric," Kellen urged, his voice a fierce whisper. "You have to claim her before it is too late." Alaric's heart pounded. Claim her. The thought sent a ripple of anxiety through him. What if Dorian refused? What if she didn't want him? Just then, Alara caught his gaze, her laughter fading. The worlds around them blurred. In that moment, everything felt possible, as if the universe conspired for them. "Alaric," she whispered, a breath against the chaos. She stepped away from Dorian, and Alaric felt the pull of gravity shift. "Stay with me," she said, her emerald eyes shining with urgency. "I need to talk to you." Dorian's grip tightened, a protective growl spilling from his lips. "Alara, you've made your choice." "Dorian, please," she snapped, surprising both brothers. "I need to know how he feels. You'll never understand." Alaric's heart soared, but Dorian's expression turned stormy, and he stepped in front of Alara, shielding her. "You don't have to do this. You chose me," he said, his tone softening. "You don't want them." "What if I do?" she challenged, her voice trembling. Silence stretched between them, palpable and suffocating. Alaric took a step forward, desperation flooding his veins. "Alara, stop!" Dorian's voice thundered, filled with primal authority. "You will not take her from me. She belongs to the silver wind, to me. Does she belong to you, or does she belong to her heart?" Alaric countered, fire igniting in his chest. "You can't force love, Dorian. You should know that by now." The tension crackled like electricity. Alara's gaze flickered between the brothers, torn between the two who held her heart. "Both of you, stop!" But the air was charged with conflict, and before she could say more, Dorian stepped closer to her, claiming her lips with a fierce kiss. Alaric felt his heart shatter. Betrayal tasted bitter, and his wolf howled in rage, desperate to break free. "You can't keep doing this," Alara murmured into Dorian's embrace, but her eyes betrayed her longing for Alaric as well. The moment hung heavy, filled with unspoken words. Alaric turned away, swallowing the bitter taste of rejection and heartache. He couldn't stand there and watch his brother claim her. The pain was too deep, and the bond was fraying at the edges. Alaric, wait. Alaric called, her voice laced with urgency, but he didn't stop. He couldn't. He fled into the depths of the forest, driven by instincts as old as time. The moon lit his path, illuminating the darkness that threatened to consume him. His wolf surged within, desperate to break free, to chase after her, to claim what was rightfully his. But the rules of the pack were clear. Brothers did not fight over a mate, especially not when one had already made a claim. The bond was sacred, but so were the feelings that bound them. The night air was cold against his fur as he transformed, embracing the wildness that surged through him. He ran, faster and faster, losing himself in the rhythm of the forest, the heartbeat of the earth. With every step, the pain of rejection morphed into something else, determination. He would prove himself worthy, not just to Alara, but to the pack. He would rise from the ashes of heartbreak, reclaim his destiny, and fight the bond that had been forged between them all. Underneath the stars, Alaric held the sound of longing, of love and rage. The world around him faded, and all that remained was the echo of fate whispering in the night, "This is not the end." Asterisk to be continued. Asterisk. Forest was alive around Alaric, the night air charged with the scents of pine and damp earth. Every heartbeat thrummed in time with the rhythm of the wild. He ran deeper into the woods, seeking solace in the embrace of nature, but his heart remained heavy. In moments of pain, clarity often surfaced, and as he leaped over fallen logs, Alaric's mind replayed the scene by the fire, over and over, a haunting melody of rejection. The way Dorian's lips had claimed Alara's, the way she had momentarily melted into the kiss, and the way she had looked at him torn between the two brothers. What kind of love was this? Alaric the Alpha, strong and powerful, reduced to a mere shadow of despair. A growl rumbled deep within him, a feral sound that echoed through the trees. He was losing himself to darkness. As he reached a clearing bathed in moonlight, he came to a halt, transforming back. The pain of transformation was always a reminder of the beast inside him, but tonight it felt like a release. He fell to his knees, his breath coming in shuddering gasps. "Why?" he whispered to the night sky, the moon his only witness. "Why is love so cruel?" The wind whispered back, rustling through the leaves, but gave him no answer. The stars twinkled, indifferent to his turmoil, and for a moment he felt utterly alone. "Alaric?" The familiar voice pulled him from his reverie. Kellen emerged from the shadows, his fur sleek and silver in the moonlight. The concern etched on his face brought Alaric's heart a pang of recognition. "Why are you out here?" Alaric asked, his voice hoarse. "I came to find you. You can just run from this," Kellen replied, stepping closer. "We're family. We fight for family." "Family?" Alaric scoffed, bitterness lacing his words. "Dorian has claimed her. She is his. Besides, love isn't a fight. It is a bond, one I can break." Kellen watched him, his expression unreadable. "You're wrong, Alaric. Love is worth fighting for. You let Dorian's claim intimidate you. You're the Alpha. Don't forget what that means." Alaric clenched his fists, frustration building. "What good is being Alpha if I can't protect what is mine?" Kellen stepped forward, his eyes fierce. "Then prove it. Show Alara you're worthy of her love. You can let Dorian chain you down with his claim. You've both shared a bond that goes beyond mere words. You know this." Alaric's heart wavered with hope and fear. What if she doesn't want me? What if she has made her choice? Then fight for her heart. Show her what she means to you. If you don't, you'll lose her forever. At that moment, the wind shifted, carrying the scent of Alara's lavender perfume mingled with something else, fear. Alaric's instincts kicked in, and without a second thought, he sprinted back toward the pack gathering. As he approached the edge of the clearing, he caught sight of Dorian standing protectively by Alara, whose eyes darted around nervously, troubled. The pack had begun to notice something was amiss, and confusion rippled through the air. "What is happening?" Alaric demanded, stepping forward. "I felt you flee," Dorian replied, his voice laced with irritation and protectiveness. "You should have stayed away. You were only causing more trouble." "I am not leaving her," Alaric shot back, his eyes locking onto Alara's. "And not now, not ever." "What do you want?" Dorian growled, stepping closer to Alara, his posture rigid with challenge. "You've made your choice to run. Now, respect the pact we've made." Alara's gaze flickered between the two brothers. "Stop it, both of you," she cried out, her voice trembling. "I can't take this anymore." "Then choose," Alaric urged, his heart pounding. "Choose who you want." I can see, she burst out, tears glistening in her eyes. You both mean something to me. I don't want to hurt either of you. Don't you see? Dorian interjected, eyes darkening. You can tea of both of us. The pack won't tea allow it. Alaric's heart raced. Alara, you deserve to be loved freely, without conditions. That one tea let my brother's claim bind you. She took a step toward Alaric, her expression softening. Alaric, please. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I thought I knew what I wanted, but now her voice faltered. And now, the truth is surfacing. Alaric whispered, his heart aching. You can feel it, can't you? The bond we share runs deep. That's not something easily broken. Dorian's girl cut through the tension. She has made her decision. You must respect it. No, Alaric said firmly, stepping closer to Alara. You may have claimed her, Dorian, but love isn't about possession. It is about freedom. The air crackled with tension, and Alara glanced at Dorian, uncertainty clouding her eyes. Dorian, I don't want to choose. I want both of you to understand what this means to me. Then prove it. Dorian pressed, his voice a lethal whisper. Tell him to leave. Alaric's heart sank, but he stood tall. Alara, you have the power to choose. Don't let anyone decide for you. In that moment, the world seemed to still. Alara's breath hitched, and her gaze turned to Alaric, searching for something: hope, strength, connection. I feel more for you, Alaric, she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. But Dorian is my friend, this hurts. Then we fight for what we love, Alaric replied, his voice steady. I refuse to back down. Dorian's expression hardened. You are a fool, brother. You will regret this. No, Alaric said, his heart aflame with determination. You will regret taking what isn't yours. Alara looked between the two brothers, tears spilling down her cheeks. Stop this. I don't want to lose either of you. I don't want to hurt you. Then choose your heart, Alara, Alaric urged, stepping forward until he was inches from her, their breaths mingling. Choose the love that sets you free. In that moment, the tension shattered. Alara's resolve ignited. I choose love. I choose the one who makes me feel alive. Which is it? Dorian challenged, his voice a low growl. Alaric's heart raced, anticipation swelling within him. I choose. She hesitated, eyes glistening with unshed tears. I choose Alaric. A gasp of shock echoed through the gathering. Dorian's face fell, fury flickering in his eyes, but Alaric's heart soared. Are you sure? He asked, voice trembling with hope, reaching out to her. I've never been more sure of anything, she replied, stepping closer, finally breaking free of Dorian's hold. Dorian's expression darkened, a wolf betrayed. You will regret this, Alara, you re-breaking the bond between brothers. Alara deserves a love that is boundless, Alaric declared, taking her hand, feeling the warmth radiate from her. This isn't over, Dorian warned, stepping back, his eyes glinting with a mixture of hurt and anger. You'll pay for this betrayal. Let him try, Alaric said, standing tall beside Alara. Together, they faced the night, the moonlight casting a silver glow around them, the bond they shared shimmering like starlight. Whatever comes, we face it together, Alaric vowed, feeling the connection between them pulse like a heartbeat. Alara nodded, her eyes fierce and bright. Together, with their hearts entwined, the night whispered promise, as destiny, love, and a fierce bond surged through them, unbreakable and alive. Asterisk to be continued, asterisk. The night wrapped the whispering pines in a shimmering veil of silver light, the moon unchanged yet profoundly different. Alaric's heart raced beside Alara, a mixture of exhilaration and dread coursing through him. He had claimed her love, but the threat of Dorian hung in the air like a storm cloud, dark and foreboding. Are you really certain? Alaric whispered, his breath catching in his throat. He didn't want to pressure her, he needed her certainty, her unwavering commitment. This choice can't be taken lightly. Alara turned to him, her emerald eyes glimmering with fierce resolve. I am certain, Alaric. My love for you is like a wildfire. It consumes me, fills me, and gives me life. With you, I feel complete. Even in the face of my brother's wrath. The words left his lips heavier than he intended, weighty with concern. He won't let this go easily. I don't care, she replied fiercely, stepping closer. Her fingers brushed against his, igniting a surge of warmth between them. I'd face 1,000 storms just to stand by your side. His heart swelled, yet the shadow of Dorian threatened to eclipse their fragile happiness. The gathering had shifted, whispers swelling among the pack. They watched, curious yet wary, as the brothers faced off. Alaric knew his brother well. He had the heart of a warrior, but was burdened by pride. Dorian stepped forward, the moonlight glinting off his golden fur, a striking contrast to the darkness gathering around him. You think this is over? You've chosen Alara, but I won't let you forget the bond we shared. What bond? Alaric shot back, the fire of determination igniting in his chest. A bond built on possession. You can force someone to love you. Love is free, that cannot be shackled. Dorian's eyes narrowed. You are a fool, Alaric. Love is about loyalty, about duty to our pack, and that is something you've forsaken. Alara stepped forward, her chin raised, a spark of defiance shining in her gaze. I will not let either of you chain me to a bond forged out of obligation. I choose to love freely without fear. Then you are a traitor to our blood, Dorian snarled, stepping closer, his presence radiating authority. And when the pack learns of this betrayal, you will find you've made an enemy of me. Alaric felt the air grow thick with tension. You threaten her, after she chose her heart? Anger coursed through him, a low growl reverberating in his chest. You are crossing a line, brother. Dorian's lips twisted into a grim smile. Maybe I'll remind Alara what it is to be part of the Silverine pack. You think you can protect her from everything? You're delusional. Alara's eyes flared with frustration. Enough, this isn't about your pride, Dorian. This is about love. A sharp silence fell, and in that moment, the wildness in Alaric surged. He stepped forward, positioning himself between Alara and Dorian. If you want to fight me, then so be it. But know this, I want to let you take her from me. Do you truly believe I would fight you over a woman? Dorian's voice dripped with scorn. This isn't just about Alara, it is about respect, honor. You've betrayed everything we stand for. Alaric looked over his shoulder at Alara, her expression torn, yet filled with courage. Alara, we can face this together. She nodded, her hand slipping into his, grounding him. Together. Brother, you've made your choice, Dorian said, the fire in his eyes cooling to ice as he stepped back. But mark my words, this will have consequences. Alaric watched as Dorian turned away, the tension hanging in the air like a storm cloud ready to burst. What will he do? Alara whispered, worry lacing her voice. I don't know, Alaric admitted, the uncertainty gnawing at him. But I want to let him intimidate us. You are free now, and I want to honor that. As the night unfolded, the pack dispersed, leaving the brothers with the weight of their decisions hanging heavy. Alara's hand slipped into Alaric's, and he felt a deep sense of connection, a bond that transcended the chaos surrounding them. Let us find somewhere quiet, Alaric suggested, wanting to shield her from the lingering whispers of the pack. Together, they ventured deeper into the woods, the silver moon guiding their path. Once secluded, Alaric pulled her close, their foreheads touching, the cool breeze enveloping them. I am afraid, Alara, he confessed, his voice barely above a whisper. Afraid that I want to be able to protect you from what is to come. She cupped his face, her fingers warm against his skin, and he leaned into her touch. You don't have to protect me from everything. I chose you, Alaric. I chose to fight for this love. Together, we'll face whatever challenges arise. The sincerity in her eyes ignited a fierce determination within him. He brushed his lips against hers, a gentle promise, a declaration of love that transcended fears. Their lips met softly, igniting a fire even amidst the uncertainty. But the kiss was interrupted by a chilling howl that pierced the air, echoing through the night. Alaric pulled away, his heart racing. That is Dorian, he asked, rallying the pack. Alara's eyes widened, fear creeping in. What if he turns them against us? We'll all face them together, Alaric promised, grabbing her hand tightly. We want to let him tear us apart. They made their way back to the clearing, adrenaline coursing through their veins. Alaric felt the tension in the air as the pack gathered, Dorian at the helm, his expression dark and foreboding. Loyalty is everything in our world, Dorian proclaimed, voice like thunder. And those who betray it will face the consequences. Alaric has forsaken our bonds for a fleeting desire. Memories rippled through the crowd, uncertainty mixing with disbelief. Alaric stepped forward, heart racing. I have not betrayed anyone. What I feel for Alara is deeper than any claim. It is love, and it is real. Love? Dorian spat, anger lacing his words. You think love can conquer everything? Love won't save you from the wrath of the pack. Maybe it will, Alara interjected, her voice steady, unwavering. I chose to love Alaric freely. I refuse to let fear dictate my heart. She speaks of betrayal, Dorian said, his voice rising. We are bound by blood, and blood is thicker than any desire. Perhaps, Alaric countered, stepping forward, heart pounding. But love is true power. It is what unites us, not divides us. I will not let you turn this pack against us. I refuse. Dorian's eyes darkened, a blend of fury and something else pain. You've made your choice, so be it, but know this, I will not let you lead the Silverwind pack into chaos. With those words, Dorian stepped back, a storm brewing in his wake. Alaric felt the air grow heavy, the tension thickening like fog. You will face the consequences of your betrayal, Dorian warned, his voice low and menacing. But Alaric stood firm, feeling Alara's hand in his, grounding him, reminding him of the bond they shared, one that couldn't be easily severed. We'll face this together, no matter the cost. As the moon hung high above, casting ethereal light, Alaric realized that their love was a force of nature, wild, fierce, and unyielding. They would fight against the tides, against the winds of fate that sought to tear them apart. Let them come, he said, determination surging through him. We will show them that love is worth fighting for. Together, we will reclaim our destiny. Alara nodded, her gaze fierce and unwavering. Together, with that promise echoing in the night, they stood united, ready to face whatever storm lay ahead, hearts ablaze with love, destiny entwined in the whispering winds of fate. Asterisk to be continued. Asterisk. The air in Whispering Pines was thick with tension, a storm of emotions brewing among the Silverwind pack. Alaric stood at the center of the gathering, heart pounding, the weight of the moment pressing down on him like a physical force. The moon illuminated the clearing, casting a silver glow on the faces of the pack members who turned to him, eyes filled with uncertainty and disbelief. Alara, come here. Dorian's voice cut through the murmurs like a knife, authoritative and filled with an edge of desperation. You must understand the gravity of your choice. Alara hesitated, glancing between the two brothers whose destinies now hung by a thread. The tension pulsed around them as her heart battled between loyalty and love. I do understand, Dorian, but I also understand what my heart tells me. What your heart tells you. Dorian's voice dripped with scorn. You mean the reckless passion of a fleeting moment, you making a mistake, Alara? Am I? Is she challenged, stepping closer to Alaric, grounding herself in the warmth of his presence? Or am I finally making the right choice to be true to myself? The pack shifted uneasily, and Alaric could feel the weight of their gazes upon him. He took a deep breath, steeling himself. You all know me, he called out, his voice steady. You know I would never betray my family or my pack, but love is not a betrayal, it is a bond woven into the very fabric of who we are. Dorian's eyes flashed with anger, but there was also something deeper, a flicker of pain that made Alaric's heart ache. You've gone mad, brother. Love is losing its meaning in this chaos. You're risking everything. I am risking nothing, Alaric asserted, stepping forward. Alara deserves a chance to love freely, without fear of retribution. Do you not wish for that same freedom? The murmurs of the pack grew louder, uncertainty rippling through them. Alaric could see some nodding, their hearts swayed by the truth of his words, while others remained fixated on Dorian's fierce, possessive glare. I will not allow you to lead this pack into despair with your naive beliefs, Alaric, Dorian warned, his voice slow and filled with rage. You will face the consequences of this betrayal, and I will protect what is rightfully mine. Rightfully yours. Alara's voice rose, fierce and unwavering. You think you can possess me, Dorian. I am not a prize to be won. My heart chose Alaric, and there is nothing you can do to change that. Then I will show you the error of your ways, Dorian hissed, his anger boiling over, a tempest brewing in his eyes. You think love is strong enough to withstand the wrath of the pack, you'll learn, Alara, and when you do, it will be too late. Alaric stepped protectively in front of her, heart racing. You will not harm her, Dorian. If it comes to a fight, I'll stand by her side. Is that so? Dorian challenged, a cruel smile spreading across his face. Very well then, you'll have your chance to prove your love, Alaric, but know this, I will not fight fair. With a swift motion, Dorian turned on his heels and howled, the sound echoing through the night like a battle cry. Alaric felt the air shift as the pack stirred, some responding to the call, eyes wide with anticipation and fear. Alaric, Alara whispered, gripping his arm tightly. What is he doing? Rallying the pack, he replied, heart racing. We need to be ready to defend our love. Before he could say another word, the woods erupted with howls, a symphony of wolves filling the night as Dorian's loyalist answered his call. Alaric felt the weight of the moment press down on him, the reality of what was unfolding terrifyingly clear. Stay close to me, Alaric urged, pulling Alara to his side. Whatever happens, don't let go. You think I would? She replied, her voice steady, filled with determination. I chose you, Alaric. I want you back down now. As the first of Dorian's followers emerged from the tree line, their expressions filled with confusion and curiosity, Alaric could feel the tension radiating off Alara. They will question us, he said quietly. They'll want to know why you chose me over Dorian. Let them, she replied, her resolve unyielding. I will tell them the truth. As Dorian's loyalists gathered, the clearing filled with a palpable tension. Alaric stood, hot in his throat, watching as Dorian stepped forward, his expression a mix of fury and hurt. "I've called you here for a reason," Dorian addressed the pack, his voice powerful and commanding. "There has been a betrayal among us. Alaric has chosen to forsake our bonds for the fleeting passion of a reckless desire." Numbers rippled through the pack, eyes darting between the brothers, uncertainty filling the air. Tension hung like a thick fog, and Alaric felt Alara's grip tighten around his arm. "No," Alaric interrupted, stepping boldly into the light. "I have not forsaken anything. I chose love over obligation, freedom over possession. Alara is not a trophy to be claimed. She is my mate, and my heart belongs to her." "But what about pack loyalty?" Dorian countered, his voice rising in anger. "We are bound by blood, Alaric. You cannot turn your back on that." "Pack loyalty does not mean oppression," Alara interjected, her voice unwavering. "It means support, love, and the freedom to choose our own paths. I will not be forced into a bond that isn't true." The pack shifted uneasily, some beginning to nod in agreement with Alara's passionate words. Alaric felt a flicker of hope ignite within him, but Dorian's expression darkened. "You think you can sway them with mere words?" he challenged. "I will show you the consequences of your choices." "Enough!" Alaric shouted, the force of his voice echoing through the clearing. "If you want to fight, then let it be a fight for love, not power. This isn't just about us, it is about our future, our pack." Dorian's eyes narrowed, a storm brewing within them. "You've made your choice, brother, but I will do whatever it takes to remind Alara of her place." Alaric felt the weight of Dorian's threat settle heavily in his chest, but he wouldn't back down. "If you think threats will sway me, you're mistaken. I won't let you tear us apart." "Then prepare yourself," Dorian hissed, his eyes glinting with a predatory light. "You've chosen the path of chaos, Alaric. You'll pay for this betrayal." With that, Dorian rallied his followers, the air charged with tension as they began to fan out, encircling Alaric and Alara. The pack's loyalty was being tested, and Alaric felt the pressure of their uncertain gazes upon him. "Stay close," he whispered to Alara, his heart racing. "I will," she replied, her voice steady. "We'll face this together." As the first of Dorian's loyalists lunged forward, Alaric felt a surge of adrenaline. He moved instinctively, positioning himself in front of Alara, ready to defend her at all costs. The confrontation ignited, a whirlwind of fur and claws, growls and snarls echoing through the clearing. With every blow exchanged, Alaric felt the raw power of their bond surging within him, fueling his strength. He fought fiercely, determined to protect Alara and their love. Every move was a testament to the depth of their connection, the love that ignited a fire in his soul. Beside him, Alara fought valiantly, her spirit shining bright. They moved in sync, united against the tide of Dorian's wrath. Alaric felt a fierce pride swell within him as they defended their love, the passion between them igniting the very air around them. "Together!" Alaric shouted, rallying them both, pushing against the tide of chaos. "We are stronger together," Alara echoed, her voice filled with defiance. But just as their resolve strengthened, Dorian surged forward, eyes blazing with fury. "You'll regret this, Alaric," he roared, lunging toward them. In that moment, time seemed to slow as Alaric prepared for the inevitable clash. But before he could react, Alara stepped forward, determined and fierce. "No, Dorian, you will not take this from us." With that, she stood firmly, her courage radiating like a beacon. The force of her conviction halted Dorian in his tracks, confusion flickering in his eyes. "What are you doing?" he demanded, his voice filled with disbelief. "I am choosing love," Alara declared, her voice unwavering. "I will not let you destroy what we have with your anger and pride." Alaric felt the power of her words wash over him, a wave of warmth,